If you are constantly doubting if this person is truly your friend, if they truly have your side, you shouldn't have to doubt someone so heavily all the time, because 9 times out of 10, if you are doubting someone to that extent, constantly doubting if they truly have your best interest at heart, they are probably not your friend. Because we always seem to talk about the red flags in romantic partners. We always desire to be in a relationship with people. So then we always disregard friendships, our relationship towards our family members, like personal relationships in our lives that aren't romantic, right? We always focus on the red flags we should look out for in your partner. If they have this, run for the hills. But we never turn to say like, oh, my friend have a lot of these traits, but that's fine. You shouldn't have to settle to be with a friend like, oh, all friendships are like this. No. Your friendships that you have in your life, you shouldn't feel like you have to live up to a certain standard or that you're in constant competition with them, that they're always jealous of your successes in life. Because if you cannot be yourself around these people, why are you friends with them? It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy to have your life constantly sucked out of you to be around these people. And I don't know why, but I swear I have had so many friendships, or I've seen this in other people's lives where they've had a lot of these toxic traits. And I can't believe how many people will stay with other people for the time being. They're just like one of those friends that you need for a little bit of excitement in your life. Oh, well, like I need to help them. They're struggling with this at home. It's not your job to help anyone. It is not your job to fix anyone. It is not your job to put your life at risk to hang out with these people. Because, honey, if you don't feel like you can be at ease with these people, these are not your friends. I've met so many people that I would have called friends at the time, but now looking back, they weren't actually friends, when they would only talk about themselves and are not interested in your life whatsoever. I always say that it's great to listen to other person, let them hear what they have to say. If they're telling a story, ask questions, be genuinely interested so they're normally interested in what you have to say. But with these sort of people, it doesn't go like that. It's always about them. Oh, like Sandra did this yesterday. There's always drama that they always want to talk about. They create drama in their own lives and then they run to you to get advice, but they will never take your advice because they only go to you when they need you. You are never that friend where, hey, this is everything that's going in my life. Now, what's going on yours? There's no genuine interest there in your life. They will be those sort of people that will just call you in the dead of night to be like, my whole life is falling apart. You listen to the whole sob story, and then at the end of it, when you want reassurance for your own life, they will not listen to it. You will not even get a word in for you to explain your story. When you feel like it's your time to shine, there is no time to shine because there's no gap to talk. It's just constant yada 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 yada, but you cannot say anything about your life. I know this in a couple people in my life where I've distanced myself away from them because they've been so negative to be around. They would be like, oh, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. And then you would say a little bit about your life. They won't regard it at all. This is going on in my life. This is what's going on in my life. So then you're like, okay, maybe I need to just help them a little bit and then I can share some things about me. But nope. No, it doesn't work like that. It's all about them. This is so self-centered because a relationship is bi-directional. You both help each other. If it's only about them and you always have to help them, that is not a friendship. They're using you. I don't know why this has been a common theme in friendships. This is so toxic. When you, for example, if a girl likes another guy, and they'll be like, "Oh, I like this guy," and you get the courage to talk to them, or they end up talking to you, right? Your friend will purposely embarrass you and set you up for failure. And then when you would go back to them and be like, "Hey, like, why did you do that?" They'll be like, "Oh, like, I was just teasing you. I just said this so you seem like more desirable to them." But it doesn't look like that because you feel so embarrassed at the time. And then in your head, you're like, why the hell do they feel the need to mention this? It's not something to bring me closer to this other person. It's actually something to make this other person repel from me. They will insult you and belittle you in front of these people or just between you two because they see that you have so much potential within you that they want to drag you down because they feel inferior of you. They see so many qualities and traits that you have that they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have those traits and qualities in my life. I'm not like this. I'm not like that. So, what's the easiest thing for me to do in this circumstance? Is it to work on myself and make myself a better person? To maybe incorporate some of those things in my life? Maybe I should also exercise. Maybe I should also eat good foods. Maybe I should find hobbies that I like. Maybe I should educate myself so then I can feel happier in my own skin. Maybe I should try to socialize to more people so I can get better in social interactions. Nope. It's always like, let's put them down. Let's make jokes about them. Let's mock them. No. They will make you feel silly, okay? And these comments, like snarky comments or rude remarks, are covered in jokes. Because whenever you would mention this, it's just like, oh, I was just joking. And that is so disrespectful because you're not even taking in consideration that you hurt their feelings. Tea break. Pay attention to how you feel around them. Okay, this is why I always say, like, before you meet someone, before you go to a social event, before you go to a physical place or an area, because this doesn't always have to apply to a person, it could also be just like a place that you're going to. Be aware of how you feel beforehand and then how you feel after you meet them. And I heard this advice of someone else because it's so true. Obviously, when you meet someone and you hang out with someone, obviously your social battery is going to decrease after a while. That makes sense. We all have a social battery. It cannot last for super long. Different social batteries as well. Some people are super extroverted, some people are super introverted. Some people can hang out for a longer period of time, and some people cannot hang out for a long period of time. That is completely normal because we're all different, right? But if you feel drained around these people, if you feel like the life has been sucked out of you, if you feel beforehand you felt like pretty content with your life, you felt very calm, relaxed, and then after meeting with them, you feel super negative, you feel very aggravated, you feel very finicky. They are negative influences and they bring you down to a lower vibrational state, okay? Before you were up here super positive, you were like enlightened, okay? And now you feel hatred, you feel sad, angry, whatever. These people are low energy people. They have low frequencies. Stay away from them. If you do not feel good after hanging around someone, obviously, if they're like telling you about a hard time that they're going through and they go to you for reassurance, but then they also help you after you have issues, they also help you in times of need, and you feel awful just that once because of something that they shared. I understand, like that sounds fairly reasonable. But if it's every single time you're hanging around them that you constantly feel like in a negative state rather than positive, absolutely no. This is a big no-no. Red flag, waving right here. For example, I knew someone that would only come to me when they needed favors. They would tell me about how terrible their life is all the time. And when I would give them advice, just simply would not take it. Then they would complain about their life again, would not take my advice. Complain about their life again, would not take my advice. Obviously, no one is obligated to take your advice, but it is draining to be around someone that would constantly complain about their life but do nothing to change the circumstance that they are in. Obviously, there are some circumstances where you literally can't change it. But there's a difference from when you know that they have the power to change over the circumstance and they can do like small steps, small actions to make their situation better, but they choose not to. Because you cannot constantly help someone. It is so reasonable to help a friend that is taking action into changing this situation and you're just giving advice and helping and listening here and there when it's needed. It's not your responsibility to take action for them and do it for them and make them change their lifestyle because they're too lazy to. If they copy you on physicality, on your personality, huge red flags. I knew someone in my life that had a lot of people copy them. I saw this with my own eyes. People try to be other people to crazy extents. I knew someone that would go to someone else and literally hold up their arm to the other person and be like, a little bit more, referring to the spray tan, so they could be the same color as this other person. They would go to this person and be like, what box dye do you use? What mascara do you use? How often do you straighten your hair? Crazy stuff like this, so they could look like the other person. And when this person realized this, they would just stop telling them things about the things that they were using because they caught on that they were slowly changing into what she looks like. Some people will literally get surgeries to look like other people. Embrace your own natural features that you have and like enhance what you look like because there is no one else that looks like you. Embrace who you are. Do makeup that highlights your face shape. Do not do makeup in a way that someone else does makeup. If they have an oval face shape and you have a square face and you're doing makeup the same way that they do it, your makeup is not gonna look the same. Your makeup is gonna look worse than how it would look if you did contour and highlighting in the right places that would highlight your bone structure. If you have a habit of copying other people, evaluate your face shape, evaluate your hair type, evaluate what your skin tone is and what your undertone is, and then get clothes that complement your skin. Get the right hair length that complements your face shape. With your face shape, if you like doing makeup, then do a makeup routine that matches your face frame type to enhance your features so you can do the best with the features that you were given instead of copying someone else and being unoriginal. I knew people that would go copy what this person had in their lifestyle, and they would hear that she was interested in these sort of things, and then they were suddenly all of a sudden interested in those things. It wasn't the sense of like, oh, these are some of the things I'm interested in, and then they tried it out for a bit and then they got interested in too. It was like, how can I become as close to this other person as possible? But trying to be someone else, it will not feel authentic because no one can be you. You are being a fraud, essentially. You are copying someone else, mimicking someone else's behavior and personality. No, be your own original self, please. Because there's always a sense of like competition and jealousy in the friendship. Normal friendships aren't like that. People that make you feel like there's a sense of them trying to outdo you on your achievements and successes, these are insecure people, because confident people will try to enlighten you, try to make you do better on your goals and push you even further. Insecure people will see these achievements and be like, oh, well, in like a few years ago, I did the exact same thing, or, you got this much amount of sleep. Oh, well, like I got like less sleep than you and I'm doing better than you. Oh, like this happened in your life. Oh, well, this happened in my life. So actually I'm thriving and surviving and you're not as good as me. And it's awful to tell these people when you do great on something, when you achieved something and succeed on something, because it's never like, oh, good job, like that's amazing. It's always like, oh, feel bad for me, take pity on me because you achieved this great thing and, my life will never amount to anything. Feel bad for me. Excuse me? These people really reevaluate your whole situation, your whole relationship, and really think to yourself, do I think that they're preying on my downfall? And if you feel like the answer is yes, I think you know the answer to what you should do next. And that is going as far away as soon as possible. If you have that one friend that's like, oh, I heard so and so say this about you, these are not your true friends. Maybe, okay, sometimes people can go to like other people and say like whatever they want because they somehow have the audacity to say these sort of things. But if they do this constantly, these are not your true friends. For example, I knew this person, okay? I was friends with them at this stage, but their friend did not like me, okay? And then she would always be like, oh, well, they always say this about you, they always say this and this and this and this. And then I'm like, hang on, you're saying that you're my friend, but this person is always coming up to you saying all this. Why do they feel so comfortable to say all this stuff about me, that you're having this like gossip session about me and then reporting it back to me? You are not the good guy here by telling me what this other person is saying. Pick your battles and do not be the middleman. You cannot be on good terms with everyone. You are either friends with me or you're friends with them. Either way, I'm surviving and going great in life. If you want to be friends with them and talk smack about me, go for it. If you want to stay friends with me, then don't hang around other people that gossip about me. You cannot always be the good guy in all these circumstances. Yes, it feels uncomfortable to pick a side. In some circumstances, really try to stay out of it and you shouldn't feel the need to pick a side. But a true friend stands up for you and knows right from wrong as any basic human understands the concept of right and wrong and stand up for you if someone's being rude to you to your face and not just be like the good guy reporting to you when someone says something bad about you. If you also have friends that are like, oh, like Sarah did this on the weekend. Oh, Michael? Yeah, this and this and this and this and this. Oh my gosh, and Claire. Oh my gosh, this is like this huge issue with her family. If they are constantly gossiping about their friends or your friends that you share in common with, do you really feel like they are not doing the same with you? Because if these are close people to them and they call them, they're my best friends. Like I see them every weekend. We just hung out last night. We're super close. We share so much in common. Who's to say that they don't do the same thing to you. If you're really saying in your head, oh, they would never do this to me, I'm sorry, but you're sadly mistaken. If they're doing this to your friends, they do this to you too. And about these people that only talk about themselves, if you feel like it's one-sided effort, that you always have to reach out to make plans. If they do agree with plans, then they might flake on the last minute. Or if they do actually go to the plans, it is all about them. You're always talking about them. There's no time for you to talk about yourself. It's always about me, and never about the other person. A relationship has mutual effort. The effort that they are giving you, give the same effort back. Because if they are not giving you any attention and all eyes have to be on them, or they never talk to you, they never bother to reach out to you, no. Match their energy. You shouldn't feel like that you try to bring like this high energy when you meet up with them. Then they're just like not really giving you any attention. They're on their phone or they're being constantly distracted looking around. They don't respect your boundaries. They don't respect your privacy. You will tell them to keep a secret and they will go and tell everyone. They try to make you do things that you just simply don't want to do. Or you would bring up something to them, you'll be like, oh, like, I really didn't like it when you did this. And they'll be like, what are you talking about? And they will completely disregard it. You expect your family members to respect you. Basic human respect. Everyone you should respect. When someone's older than you, younger than you, everyone should have the same level of respect. You should not have to earn respect, okay? If you feel like there's a lack of respect to begin with, no, because this sets everything up for failure. There's going to be a lack of trust. That is just simply not fair. If they don't have many long-term friendships, this indicates that they cannot maintain a long-term friendship or relationship. And these are huge red flags for me. If I can see that you have so many friends as well, so many super close friends, so many best friends, huge red flags. Because how are you friends with this many people and close with so many people? It makes sense if you have a lot of acquaintances, but there's no way that you're friends with all these people. I trust the people that count all their friends on their one hand. Those are the people I trust because it clearly shows that you can maintain friendships with these amount of people. If you have more than like 10 friends or like maybe more than 5, then I kind of raise questions from there. In essence, make sure that they don't only have friends that are short term and they actually have friends like more than 5 years, 10 years. Those are long term. And they have close friends, but if they are close friends, then make sure that they can count them on like one hand because those are real, authentic people. If you commonly hear that like, oh, you're abandoning me when you hang out with other people or you become friends with people, no, because they are controlling you. They want to manipulate you. They only want you to stay inside and isolate yourself. For example, different friends are needed for like different things. Think about like your memories that you had with these people, friends for deep talks, friends to just catch up on your life, different friends for different things. If this friend gets jealous when you hang out with other people or you have other friends, or disapprove of all your friends, or will not hang out with you to meet these people, that's so bad. You don't own anyone, and you cannot control what other people are doing in their lives. Everyone has free will. Everyone can decide what they want to do in their life. And there's a difference to like having a gut feeling where like, I don't think this person is right for you, and you listen to the reasonings for it. It is more like, oh, I don't like these people, and then you're like, okay, how come? Why is that? And then no, like I just don't like them. I just don't trust them. But you haven't even met them. No, but it's just like that feeling. I just don't like them. But there's no reasoning behind it. Question that immediately. Anyway, that was all for today. I hope you have a lovely day or a lovely night. If it's 12 a.m., please go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations for future content ideas or you have any recommendations for how I can better improve my content to better suit your needs, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, that was basically all for today. I'll see you in the next one, so bye!